Welcome. Hello. Okay, so this video is actually going to be very short and simple and sweet and to the point, because I'm about to get ready to go in a minute. So come on in, let's get the information so I can keep it going. I don't know why he's still standing right there. Okay, so what are we going to talk about? Today, we're going to talk about a new campaign that I actually am launching. I launched it yesterday, and I wanted to talk a little bit more about it in detail, as far as what it is and what it is and what we are going to be doing. So, what is the campaign about, and what are we going to be doing? So, the goal in the campaign is really to help walk you guys through as business owners who might be in a place where you kind of don't know where to go next. Maybe you've hit a plateau in your revenue, or maybe you've just been struggling to make sales in general. But the goal is to help you guys get unstuck and sell more of your stuff, literally. So get unstuck, sell more stuff. And so, like I said, the reason why I decided to do this campaign is because there's so many moving parts as far as making sales that I feel like a lot of people really don't talk about or really don't touch on. And I feel like a lot of times when you are trying to make money online or really make sales, it really gets frustrating and overwhelmed sometimes with you feeling like you kind of are on this hamster wheel of making content, or feeling as if you're hitting these plateaus and you really don't know what to do next in your business. So again, the goal of this campaign is to really give you real life fundamental ways that you can actually help to grow and scale your business online, or if you're trying to make the transition from offline sales to online sales and what that process realistically looks like. That is the goal. So if you guys want to stick around for just a few minutes here, I'm going to go over a little bit about over the next few weeks what we are going to be talking about in the campaign, and how you can go about getting started and signing up. The campaign is 100% free as of, for me to really just get you guys the information. It's really going to be effective for you to sign up versus trying to wait around to see if I go live, because the way that I kind of am seeing it going is basically by you signing up, it'll help me to notify you on when I'm actually going to be coming and bringing you content. And then I also will be repurposing a lot of my content through this campaign, and you can get like the replays and information that you might have missed live directly through that channel. So if you're interested in the information that we're going to be talking about during this campaign, I highly suggest that you sign up. I literally just added the link to the link in my bio, my Linktree, my Beacon account, and you can actually go on there and sign up. Again, and also with sign up, while you're signing up, you actually will get a free checklist on all the things that you'll need as far as getting started. So what are we actually going to talk about in the campaign, right? So again, it's designed to really help you to get unstuck in your business and really help you reach that next level by using real life practical things. And I really wanted to stick to giving you things that you can actually do versus things that you can buy. Right now, granted, I do believe in investing in your business. I cannot tell you that, once I give you these tools and the systems and the things that you need to get consistent sales online, that you won't spend $1, because that would be a lie, right? You're going to have to invest in the systems that we talk about. You're going to have to invest in creating the products, whatever products, or the time. But it's really more about investing your time and the time asset that it will take in order for you to actually walk through the steps and get things done, versus actually, spending money per se. Like I said, I really feel like there's so many resources available that if, I do get to the point where I am providing you guys with something, I want it to be something that you genuinely need. So again, the campaign to sign up is free. Just click the link in the bio, get the list. And the point of me making a checklist was really for me to give you guys a starting point, right? So a lot of you guys, I don't know where you are in your business. If you sell a product, if you sell a service, I don't know if you know, and where you are in your journey. Are you just getting started, or are you like me, where it's like I kind of have 1,001 things, 1,001 offers, 1,001 kind of ideas scattered all over the place, and the checklist is really designed to help you to actually get everything aligned and get everything organized and set up, so that as we're walking through these steps, you can make actionable steps in getting them done, right? Because what's the point of me giving you the information if I don't give you a way to act on it, right? And I think that's the problem for a lot of small business owners, or a lot of the information that's out here. I genuinely feel like it's just bits and pieces of the puzzle. And really is about, I really feel like in order to have real success online, you really have to get to the nitty gritty and actually do some work, right? Or actually do certain actionable things. So that's the reason why, yes, signing up for the challenge is free, but along with that, my goal is to give you steps along the way so that you can actually implement these things and start to see real growth in your business. So that's the reason why when you sign up, you actually get the free link to the checklist. So that way you can actually start to create your offer, start to actually start gathering your information, start understanding what tangibly needs to be done, the step-by-step process in order for you to actually reach the level of success that you're looking to get, you know, in the next 2-3 months from now. Okay, so what are we going to discuss over the next few weeks in this campaign? Okay, one of the things that we're going to talk about is how to properly craft an offer. How to properly craft an offer. I feel like a lot of times we have these series of ideas. We have inventory that's sitting on the shelves. We have, you know, ideas on our notes, ideas all over the place. And we never really fully execute it because we don't know how to properly position it so that people will actually buy it, right? And so my first goal and my first objective in this campaign is to teach you how to properly craft an offer. And not just craft it, because if you don't know what you're selling, if you don't know the details of what you're selling, why it's important, you know, why it's important for your consumer to buy it, what problem is actually solving, and then how to actually translate it into words or into language. There's no way you can create content to sell the product. There's no way that you can create sales copy to put on your sales page. There's no way that you can even think about running an advertisement or think about target audience if you don't know what your product is and who it's serving and how it's going to be a benefit to them. Because see, I think a lot of times we are kind of conditioned in this age to kind of just feel like it's about creating content to get the sale, I guess, or that's not how I want to say that. We're kind of conditioned to think of crafting an offer to be just to, you know, take the money and run type of situation, where it's really about understanding how to actually speak to your audience based on what it is that you can actually execute, right? So a lot of times with the way in which we receive information, we're kind of taught or told that we have to kind of learn a new skill, or we need to learn something overnight in order to sell something of value to people. And I feel like that's the reason why a lot of times the whole online coaching, online guru industry is kind of getting a bad rap, because a lot of people are trying to become overnight Yodas or overnight experts, when that's not really how it works. I think that in most businesses, or when you start a business, you start the business because, yes, you have some general knowledge of what it is that you want to sell, who you want to sell it to. And then along the way, I think sometimes we get convinced that we should be doing it a different way or selling something else, or we get distracted in our journey. And then that's how we end up. And you look up a year or 2 years from now and think like, how did I end up here when I was trying to sell this? And now I'm selling something that was completely different. It's because you kind of got caught up in the loop of this kind of fast acting, fast moving kind of society where we feel like we need to constantly be up on the latest thing, doing the latest thing. And I just genuinely feel that we have a lot of things that we can actually offer in our archives, in our notes, in our, in our original ideas. But because we never really knew how to sell it or craft the offer so that people can actually see the value in it and know that it is a solution to their problems, you fell off, or you felt like, this isn't going to sell. So then you move on to something else. Right. So if you picking up what I'm laying down, and I genuinely believe that once you learn how to sell your stuff, how you learn how to speak to your audience, answer their problems, in a way in which they can not only understand, but in a way in which they can see the value in it and how it solves their problems, that is like 60%, I would say more than that, like 75% of the work. Right. Because once you have a clear understanding of those elements, then now, like I said, you're able to create the campaigns, you're able to create the sales funnels, you're able to create the content, because you are very clear on what you're selling, who you're selling it to, and the problems that they solve. And that process in general is very, very detailed. It's very detailed. And I feel like a lot of people don't speak to that. And they just say, hey, you can sign up for this course and you'll be, make $100,000 in the next 3 months, or whatever outrageous, absurd offer a lot of people put out there. They kind of give you the shiny object syndrome of showing you like, hey, this is possible, but not giving you the realistic steps to get there. Right. And I feel like one of the steps that's missed out is, like I said, for small business owners, we don't know how to sell our stuff. We just feel like the things that we offer is for everybody and everybody needs it, and it's, and it's not for everybody. And then you're trying to sell it to everybody and everybody doesn't want it. And it's really a specific group of people who need it. And then because you don't recognize who that specific group of people is, and you don't know their problems and the things that they actually need, you don't know how to craft your offer so there's actually a solution to them. And so now you're not making sales, right? You don't know how to target. You don't know how to speak directly to your customer because you don't know what you're selling. You really have not taken the time to sit down and understand what it is that you're selling. So that is the first component of what the campaign is 100% going to be. Well, not 100%, but what the campaign is going to be about. It's going to be about helping you to understand how to craft your offer so that you can sell more of your stuff. Okay. The next thing that we're going to talk about in the campaign is how to utilize AI technology in your business effectively. Okay, so AI technology, I talked about this in my last live, but AI technology is is the fastest moving technology of our time, and I genuinely feel like people know about it, but they don't really know how to use it. They've heard about ChatGPT, they've heard about a lot of these different, AI technologies. Maybe you've been on your favorite AI tool and you've seen like the AI magic or the AI, whatever, but you genuinely don't know how to use it and what it can be beneficial to you and your business. So we're going to go in depth about the ways in which you can use AI technology effectively in your business to help you not only go faster, further, but to help you get unstuck in the everyday tasks that you may get caught up on. So for example, me, right? I hate writing emails. I am not a good email writer at all. So that was one of the first things that I started playing around with ChatGPT is helping me to create my email campaigns. Not only what's going in the campaign, but literally like the foundational structure of the campaign. So the difference between a welcome campaign versus a actually sales campaign, right? And what does that look like? What does the evergreen campaign look like? Which is the kind of when somebody opts into your email list after, you've sent the series of welcome emails. Okay, what happens next? Right? Like how are they going to continue to stay engaged with you and stay, and tuned into what you're doing in your business, right? So that was one of the main things that I used ChatGPT for in the beginning, was to really help me as far as generating campaigns. But I want to dive deep into the multiple other facets that you can really use ChatGPT or AI technology for to really help you to grow and scale your business, because it really is a game changer. I mean, things that we don't have to necessarily struggle with anymore, it's now available to us using this tool and technology, and it's here. I mean, if you like it, love it, or hate it, the fact of the matter is that it's here and it's accessible to us. So why not use it to help us to be the tool that it was designed to be, to help you grow and scale your business. So that's the second component that we're going to talk about. So we're going to talk about in this campaign, talk about how to properly craft an offer. And we're also going to talk about the benefits of AI technology and how to use them in your business. The next thing we're going to talk about is sales funnels. So now, this is essential because I think a lot of people are intimidated by sales funnels. Like, they think that it's only for big businesses or people who have a whole lot of money or people who have these teams behind them, or it takes this level of expert skill to build a sales funnel, when it's really not. Like, the hardest part about building a sales funnel is what I talked about earlier in this live, which is really understanding your offer, so that way you can use words and use the systems to sell your products, right? And it's way more attainable than a lot of small business owners really understand or acknowledge, right? So that is something that we're going to talk about. I want to help you guys really get past the fear of actually building systems to replace you in your business, right? Because if we wanted to have a business that took over our lives, and we felt like slaves to our business forever, not to be funny and not to offend people, but you could have got a 9-to-5, right? You could just work a 9-to-5, and really with a 9-to-5, you have guaranteed income, right? So if you're not going to start a business to grow and scale, then what are we really doing this for? Unless you're a philanthropist who really just, wants to just change the world with, and isn't worried about money, isn't worried about income. I'm sorry, I'm not taking any requests. Isn't worried about money, isn't worried about income, isn't worried about those things, then we know that you need to position your business in order for you to make sales. And the best and the most effective and the most time effective way that you can do that is having a sales funnel, right? That is one of the number one ways to get off of the content hamster wheel, and really make it so that everything that you do online counts. Having systems, having a sales funnel is the only way that you can, in my personal opinion. Now, you may talk to somebody else, you may go to another guru, and they go to a guru and they may tell you something completely different. But it is to my observation and to my knowledge that the only way to effectively get off the social media hamster wheel or the content creating hamster wheel is to have a way that 24 hours, 7 days a week, people can get in contact with you directly through your link in order for you to make money, or in order for you to make sales. And so that is what I do. That is why it's so important for us to have sales funnels, and so important for us to have systems in our business. Okay. So that's something else that we're going to talk about during the Get Unstuck campaign. And then lastly, we're going to go over tips about how to get traffic and how to continuously get leads and sales into your business on a consistent basis. So one thing about me is that I'm definitely an introverted entrepreneur. The fact that I'm starting to make more content, the fact that I am putting myself out there more, is definitely me stepping out of my comfort zone, because I genuinely am a systems and behind the scene girl. Okay. So I pretty much feel like I know how to get traffic and get revenue in my business without me necessarily having to show up all the time. And I want to just give you guys some practical tips and strategies that you can actually do in your business outside of social media, or by helping you to create content and diversifying that content and how to effectively diversify it, right? So like a lot of people who will tell you to make content and diversify the content, and for those who don't know what that term means, it just means that you take one piece of content and you are spreading across different platforms, right? So like we know about that. But when I'm talking about diversifying platforms, I'm talking about not only just doing that, but doing it so that it's connected to a piece of your business. So now that piece of content is always there to act as an opt-in for your sales funnel or for your service or for your product. So it's almost like every video you make, every piece of email content that you make, every blog post, every pin, everything that you make is connected. So when someone engages with that, it's actually actionable. It's not just about them coming onto your Instagram and seeing that you're active and seeing that you post online. It's more about them utilizing those pieces of content to actually help generate you sales and actually help you generate you leads, right? Generate you sales and leads. So that would be my goal, my last goal in this Getting Unstuck campaign, is to really help you understand what are some what are some other practical ways outside of just making content alone, and not only just that, but helping you to diversify the content that you have, so that way it's actually doing something in your business. So even if you post something and it doesn't get a lot of views on the back end, because you've diversified it enough, it's helping you to get the interactions or help you to get the interactions in your business that actually will help to increase your income. Okay, so I hope all this is making sense. And I really have a lot of information to give y'all, because at this point I feel like I'm not holding back as far as trying to really help people and helping you guys understand what are some real tangible ways that you can help you grow into your business. So if you're interested in registering for the campaign, or really just staying up to date, I will be coming live, but I would highly suggest that you click the link in my bio and actually sign up for free, so that way you get notifications and you also get the recordings of the previous things that I've done, so you can always go back and actually review it. I'm also going to continue to send you guys free pieces of information and free tools and free resources that you can actually use just for signing up, and getting started. So if you're interested in that, there's a link in my bio. It should be the first link that says Get Unstuck and Sell More Stuff. And when you sign up, you will actually receive the link to a Google check. It's a Google Doc, but it's a checklist of exactly what you will need to get started with the campaign. So it'll actually help you start to understand what you need to be doing to help you start the process. So as we're going through this, like I said previously, you can take actionable steps in your business as we are discussing it, or as you're receiving the replays X, Y, and Z. So what are some things that are on the checklist? I'm just going to go through a few of them. So one of the first things that I talk about is helping you to understand how to organize what you currently have, right? So a lot of us have notes everywhere. We have ideas everywhere. We have bits and pieces of different things that we have started, we have created. We got some live content here. We got some webinars here. We got, like I said, we got ideas all over the place. The first thing I'm going to ask you to do is help you to consolidate everything that you have, right? So take a day, take a few hours, go through your laptop, go through the phone and your notes, and start to really write down and make a list, make a pile, whatever works for you, of everything that you have accumulated over the course of your business. Everything. I mean, it's everything that you currently sell, everything that you thought about selling, everything that you started selling, but you stopped selling for some reason, everything, right? And the goal with organizing everything is to help you understand, do you really need to create something else, right? Do you really need to create something else? Because a lot of times, if you have all of these pieces already active in your archives, then you actually probably have a good foundation to start with, and that can help you if you really to just either repurpose or rebundle or restructure or remarket what you currently have, and so that way we can sell it effectively or sell it differently this time than we did last time. So that brings you to the second thing that we're going to talk about, which is helping you to define your offer. So once you go through that process of actually collecting all of the information, collecting all of your pieces that you have, then the goal would be for you to actually organize everything, so that way you can just figure out what you can actually sell, maybe what you already have, versus creating something new, or if you need to actually go through and create something different, or restart that other idea that you had previously. So that way you can actually structure the offer. Now, like I said, one of the things that we're going to talk about in this series is how to properly create and structure your offer so that it actually can sell, right? Because I've been working with entrepreneurs for over 3 years now. And one of the biggest things when I talk to them is, tell me about your product. And it's very general. I just sell an ebook, or I just offer consulting services, or I just whatever, or I just sell clothes, or this and the third. It's very general. So you think somebody gonna buy something from you if you can't even describe to them what it is that you're offering, let alone telling them what problem it solves? Right? That's one of the biggest. That's the reason why you can't make content. That's the reason why you can't create effective, emails or sales copies or sales posts about the product, because you don't really have a clear idea of the robustness or the full magnitude of what it is that you're offering. You're making something that's a big deal a very small deal, right? Like, what you're offering is a big deal. You have to operate in your business as if what I have to sell somebody is going to change whatever, that moment, their life, the way they feel, the way they handle a problem, the way they have the issue. And that's a big deal to some people, right? What you have to offer, you didn't receive, that message from God, or you didn't receive, that business idea because it came to you. That's not the reason why you started the business. You started the business for a reason, to help people. More than likely, it's to help people, or to, create generational wealth for your family, or to create some sort of financial freedom, or whatever may have it. So you have to start operating as if what you're offering people is a big deal, that you're a big deal, and I feel like that is the reason why a lot of people struggle so hard to make money online, is because they don't really know what they're selling people. They just feel like it's just so much small stuff, or because the way your algorithm works, you feel like, everybody knows about this. That's how I felt, or still feel sometimes. I have imposter syndrome when it comes down to the things that I talk about, because the way my algorithm's set up, it look like everybody know how to use AI technology. It look like everybody know how to use sales funnel. Everybody talking about what I'm talking about. But if you talk to the average person about your business, about what is that's your service, what looks do you get? You get I could use that. I've never heard about that before. Tell me a little bit more about it, right? That's because you have been conditioned based on, the way in which you use social media to think that everybody knows what you know, and they don't. So that's another reason why the way in which you sell your services is very general, because you just naturally assume that the common sense that you have is the common sense that somebody else has about your product or service. But as we know, common sense is not common. What's common to you is not common to me. And I think once, and the goal in the campaign is to really walk you through the steps to help you break down what it is that you're selling, so that you know the full magnitude and the full robustness of what it is that you're offering. So that way you can structure better offers and sell more of your stuff. So that is step 2 of the checklist when you sign up, is to help you so that you can start figuring out what you actually can offer people. What is it that you actually can offer? Even if it comes down to you as a service provider, productizing your services. That, to me, that's a game changer for a lot of service-based businesses. A lot of us operate in a space, as a service-based business, working on like the consultation mindset, right? So I got to talk to you first to figure out what it is that you want. So then that way I can create an invoice for you and I can sell it to you that way, right? But if you learn to figure out, okay, what solution does this product really have for somebody? What am I actually selling? Now you can take those solutions and create it into a product, so that way it can sell itself online. Now, I know a lot of this stuff may sound, if you with me, you with me. And if it's over your head, that means you really need to join, because I really, am going to go in depth about this stuff. But once you start to productize your services, it helps you to be able to sell them like you would sell a product online. right? It helps you so that way it's kind of automated, because people can now come on, read about the services, read about how it's going to provide a solution to their business, solution to them, and then they're able to just pay and opt in right then and there. Again, creating a system or creating a sales funnel so that you are productizing your business. So I know I went off the grid a little bit, so I'm gonna come back a little bit, but that's something else that we will discuss in this as well. And then the third thing, we already talked about creating your offer, so I'm gonna skip to the next one, is helping you to understand what platforms you should use, right? So I know a lot of times, people, I've been asked this a lot of times as a website designer and a systems developer, what's up with Shopify? Why does everybody use Shopify? Oh, what's up with Sam's Cart? What's up with ClickFunnels? I've heard about this. I've heard about that. And they really have heard about these systems, but they really don't know which ones to use. We're going to help walk you through what types of systems you should be using in your business based on the services or the product that you offer, so that way you can help to actually systemize your business. So I'm going to get ready to go, because I got to get ready to go. And I really hope that this video has brought clarity about the campaign. I know I've gotten a few questions about it. I've seen a few comments under my last post about it. So I really hope this is helping to answer your question. What is the next steps? The next steps is for you actually to sign up so that you get notifications and you get the replays of everything that happened. Again, it is 100% free. If you want to sign up and actually get started and get the notification so that you don't miss out on any information, just click the link in my bio. The button should say get unstuck and sell more stuff. And when you sign up, you will receive a checklist to the actual kind of introductory of how you should get started, or the different things you need to get started to start the campaign. And it'll help you to move along with what we'll actually be selling, what we'll actually be talking about in the campaign, so that way you can make actionable steps today.